decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. What they want? They want obedient workers.
Where is our emancipation? Where is our independence? Where are our true Jamaicans? Where is our humanity? Jamaica calls today, as it is about to rest in peace. We as Jamaicans don't accept defeat. So wake up, Jamaica, from your lazy sleep. It is important that as a people we rise. Because if we're sleeping, let me remind you of what is happening here. It is not a dream. Wake up. Wake up now. Do not accept this level of defeat. Based on what we see happening in our country, are we going forward? Are we going backward? The lives of our children rest upon our shoulders. The future of Jamaica cries out as death approach our land to take us down one by one. This level of cruelty is yet to submit to its causes and deliver its mission. But if we behave as if we are insufficient in numbers, in our thoughts, in our education, perhaps knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, if we're limited, and now is the time to be sufficient, as if you were already prepared because we were born for this. We will not accept defeat. We will not accept this treachery that has been plaguing our land from slavery days. They call it the Bucker Master days until very today. Our history have taught us nothing than to remain and become slaves. Our leaders have held us captive for way too long. It is full time. It is full time. All the level of revolts that took place in this island, given the history that we have learnt, tell us that even when Nanny started her revolt and she formed the Nanny Town and the Maroon Warriors, The war has just begun. When Samuel Sharp, who led the biggest uprising here in Jamaica that had over 50,000 enslaved Africans partnered with him, we have almost 3 million or even more than 3 million people in Jamaica, inclusive of our babies, our newborn. We have more than what it takes to take back our country from the grave. Resurrect our country, Jamaica, and its brutification. Take it out of the hands of the adversary, the hands of the evil ones. Their perpetuation during their meetings, that of which they have in their plans, to diminish us little by little. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. When we listen to the benefactors who were being included in that of which they allotted as their paradise, and they left us and our children, whether you work in the private sector or the public sector, we all see this, and they are satisfied, and we are dissatisfied. But we go out to work every day, whether we're working for the Chinaman, the Mexican, the Spanish, the Indian, or just a regular Jamaican. We still go out to work because we say we need to pay our light and our water bills. We need access to the internet, and we have kids to feed and a stomach to fill. But I ask you today, my Jamaicans, my true Jamaicans, turn to your employers and ask them this question. Will you stand by me in the resurrection of saving our soulful country that we boldly love? The country that you're benefiting to go back and develop your very own. Will you stand by me, your employee, in what is right for the survival of our families, the survival of our friends, the survival of our neighbors? This is not a level of false pretense. If you would stand your support in standing with us, then we will not work for you anymore. You are the overseer of our slave masters, who have kept us captive for many years and still going. Today, it stopped, Jamaica. Today, it stopped. When you listen to the Prime Minister, I knew in myself that the military and the police men and women, they made their oath to protect the hierarchy of the land. So subjectively, the Prime Minister would have given them their compensation in the protection of each and every one of them. They're extended in making up their prisons. They were expecting riots during COVID if we should have had a major close down of the island. The mass invasion that would have taken the society where food is concerned, our people would have invaded for the survival of themselves, knowing that many persons were laid off their jobs. Many people weren't working before. Many were trying to get jobs. And I know for sure many was playing lazy and silly and sitting back at home doing nothing. Today, Jamaica, I say to you, you may have someone abroad sending you a little penny now and then, probably by the end of the month or every other month, for your sustainability. And you think that is all. So you don't have to stand for a cause. But God has given us life, and He has given us a sole purpose. And each and every one of us are leaders, and we are our own management. Our human rights begins in our hands. When we look in the mirror and we see what it reflects, we ask ourselves, what is it am I supposed to do today? Sit back, relax, and enjoy that of which is happening in the country until death is assured upon us. This is a mourning moment. Yet the funeral haven't been held. Yet death hasn't been assured for us just yet. We have a fighting chance. And as a nation of over 3 million people, we have a surviving chance. If you have kids back at home who are of the age 3, 4, 5, 6 going up the line, they can join us for sure. Younger babies, baby mamas have to stay back at home. Supervise them for sure. Peaceful protest is always recommended. But who listen when there's a peaceful protest? We wish not to have a bloody warfare, but blood was meant to be on the land when COVID hit Jamaica. Riots were set to take place, but they already informed their policemen and women and their military that if by any means necessary this happens, you will be mobilized to take down the perpetrator who will try to stop our plan. Jamaica. Jamaicans. Where is our emancipation? Where is our independency? How do we look at ourselves reflectively? Leaders of the oppositions, enough of the party. Too much dancehall politicians has been perpetuating their greed in our island. We have all of these parties. I say unto you, enough of the parties. We have purpose. And by purpose, we can make changes. By purpose, we can make our island great again. And our island is so beautiful that it deserves the true Jamaican who will fight victoriously for it. Where do you stand today? Who are you? A true Jamaican? are a mimical, a copy, a counterfeit, who practice these habits and betray us like the leadership we have today. We'll be back.
Gentlemen, as we quench our thirst with the right spirit, is a major problem in the island. Now we have governments who have profited 300% on their salaries, while we have other public sector members who are...
Remember last time it was 150%, not 120%. Listen, or it's 300%, something so. 98% that we put them in there.
The 2% has no say.
Exactly.
And that 2% might include myself because I did not vote.
We still not say that we don't vote. We don't put them in there. And we can't do nothing else. So guess what? But here's the thing about it. This is what we Jamaicans have to understand. We get up every day. Oh, this that yeah, politics, do this politics and that. And when time the MP them come to the era, we see him one. Prime Minister, what going? Prime Minister come on. I have to fix this road about this. And boom. Yes, Prime Minister, yes. And then I say, Prime Minister, take all of it. At the end of the day, what do we get about? Some people get about cuss. They cuss.
Okay.
They cuss and they talk about Prime Minister do this and Prime Minister do that. At the end of the day, who vote for them? When time we decide say we want to talk about that, who back out? Them same one. When time if pressure reach, who start talk? Them same one. When time we decide we have to do something about the pressure, who back out? Them same one. So Prime Minister, or the whole Parliament, if we not get take it,
we will hide.
What I take it to? Yeah, listen, me glad
Say that again.
Hey,
We will hide.
me sorry say them money they gone up to 500%.
That's true.
At the end of the day, me sorry say all that tax money what we have pay, they are going to one man pocket. I could hear zero. You gotta guess or no? You could have talked until your shirt get bigger you. It now change because you attack. The next man you sit down in the water where you say attack. The two tools we go down the road and they say we are going to support it. You now come. You sit down one place. Now get to step down trouble here, man. Exactly. But I say literally you and I'm just saying how the system set. One man come and say
people down there. Some other people went down there to come out.
You see the other, yes, I'm here to tell you this. Notice every time you hear a man a boost of money, when that person get in trouble, why? They're wicked. Him first run gun, you know. I boost up money now, but he run gun. Get smart. The man that take boost up like a subtle gen now, he's an idiot. Whether their salary gone up 300% or 200% or 150%, it was going up from day one. Nobody said anything. So when he reached this, no. Keep your mouth shut, see me. We don't bother this, you know. I don't. The donkey gun, the judge, they tell him.
You don't realize that every time people say,
It's how they deal with we as civil servant.
Listen.
That's what I say. Give them a little idiot, yeah.
we say any civil servant, police, soldier, teacher, nurses, they must sit down and take it up.
They won't take it.
And then I'm going to say, yo,
They are going to take
then
it.
this one plan one day, you know. And no civil servant
Yeah,
are
but
working.
watch it
That's
out.
what happened.
They are going to take it because me I tell you something now. Everybody, and this is our weakness. Everybody have this little thing about them. Why me I buy little youth regard school? Yes, we all know that. But guess what now? If half of Jamaica, or whole of Jamaica, you get up this one and say now set up in the girls' school. For 1 week. 1 week you try your opinion. Alright, 2 weeks you try. Right? Then push out them up. Decide to pull like kids out of school and stay home from work. What, 5 days?
I didn't know. Remember I said that teach everybody, you know.
But you're going to have these people now. You're going to have that the man there. You have that the man the one that mind him not care, him want him money. You have that the girl that was kettle. What he have one dance to go this weekend. So you have to pay for work. You have to do it yourself. If you go, you out on road a blocky road and you see some people are willingly pass you. Mind them not catch me now. That's why.
Just like when the taxi man is striking, you know. There's a one of the white strike.
Not even I can never have a. But that's not the point. When the taxi man them must strike, you see, if the citizens, if we were being like, we are not taxi now run as an being so we not gonna work, you know. You know they have to pay for that, right? You have to get paid because that's your fault, you know. So from this strike, you call on strike, you go on over the news. All over the news, you cannot go to work.
That's why I'm able to what I want to say. America, we like how they do their thing.
Yeah, so
Big man thing. Me never forget. My mother tell me, funny, me never forget that story. America put on 5 cents for bread. 5 cents. And I can't just one America to buy bread. The bread skip on hill. We start your bread with him. And them have to do, them carry it right back. 5 cents, you know. Imagine that.
but look at the levels I know, look at the thing going on in Florida. You know, say, all that going on in Florida, the people, them, you have Americans who did that work in the same industry, what the Hispanic working in, and them not going to work in it. Because why you alone can't live up one stop. You at 200 you secure one table. 200 you secure a table. Oh, one spot out here. So why, if you go there to go work, why would you do work?
Yeah.
You alone can't do the job, you know. Because guess what, at the end of the day, you know, you see when 10 out of there, so, you see if one stop, it have an effect on the whole policy, the whole thing, right? But if 10 out an hour and 9 stop, how the hell 1 hour? Because if one have an effect on the whole job line, you know, it change reaction from one person, you know. So how one person will pick up whole. So at the end of the day, listen, we Jamaicans, we sell out.
We sell out drink. Why we say we're not going to drink no more? Where we will come right? Exactly.
You understand? So that's the whole thing.
Money they have straight last year. And it's like president wanted to check on it. They want to take this one.
Two big boss away, the other will be
Two boss that jump out, they carry. Then when another carry man come up, you can't stop because
there's always going to be one.
Always gonna be one, you know what that about. You can't, him have to go set it with so long now. So you have really, how we have? I can't understand. You have a need. So if me decide say me I'll do it for the critical because watch it now. This is Jamaica now. Let me tell you about Jamaica. You see the Prime Minister, the whole head of a state. Because they say we have put here a state. The whole head of state. They find out one thing about it. Licky.
easily.
Licky. Watch out. Watch out them out, you know. Them say like this, you know, I'm not road for the whole days. And they say, alright, the MP are program, everybody get up. Yes, we glad. How we are going to lick up on the MP and this. Yes, the MP come there. And the MP make sure, get the biggest sound.
And in this way, you say, yo, the bar is the bar, and this is where I drink.
And this is where I drink. Get the biggest sound, you get the biggest sound.
Easily.
So when he talk out for days, you know, you have 10, 15 man come out to them jerk pan, you know.
Long time.
You have the biggest sound, because I guess you know, you capture the sound man there, you know. So man, the pan inside now, you know. So man, they make money. The jerk man, them can make some scale. They make sure keep it at the square. Everybody there. So you know, so they come like so now, boom, boom, boom. And it's like this, they come. We understand that everybody sit down and listen. We understand what is going on now, we understand. But me and the Prime Minister, we've been talking. No. You and the Prime Minister could not talk before we strike, we start Black Roll, before we start mashing the place. We need to see that from day one. So, we don't have to talk to the Prime Minister now. When? You think you talk to the Prime Minister? Not that shit.
Tell what one, it's Jamaica. And it's sad to say this, they don't reach worse than the point where he reach. See, until we start, why it's sad to say, assassinate someone in the state, they can go with them.
But they need to get rid of most of them.
That's the point.
And the thing about it,
What me tell you say, people don't go on, me tell Jamaica, go the country, go right down.
we don't get property. We don't, they say we pay property. We don't have property. We bless. We straight through. We are totally.
We have the country and the land itself. Like heard it say,
But you know, say, watch our one nowadays. You know, so we have more schemes. Housing development are one. Alright. That's the problem. You see, in 1880, overpopulated. Right? So guess what now? What you don't find? The whole of this land go straight back across up. What empty, what trees and stuff. You don't have that 80.
You know what it is, alright, you know that
You see, when you see anything at all, you see, alright, you know, everywhere, they might push down and a build scheme. Yes, we love that, we are going to that. But understand this, the more push down in places, and the more food trees we lose, right? And the more people coming in, people want 10 different properties. from Kingston to there, so you can't go over none of them. They have people coming in from foreign, they do Airbnb. Remember, so we start doing the Airbnb thing, right? Alright. We don't have no beaches. We don't own no beaches in a set, man. Alright. You see, all of them, when you come down, we'll find out, say, liquidate the fence, you know. Them start, yes, them fence, I move them. I put up a big pyramid fence in there, man. You can't go cross, but you can't go cross.
It is important that as a people, we must make our country great again. Because the importance of the labor force is for us to keep our economy going. And with an economy being stabilized, better payment and wages can be negotiated for the servants of this country. If by any means necessary we are to bow down to what is happening, then our country is no more. As we look at the idea of the digital currency, it's a mass intrusion of dictatorship and control. It is also modernized slavery, both physical and mental in its own form and state. So, if we should sit down and elaborate as elders and future builders, we need a voice for the younger generations to come. If by any means necessary there isn't a voice, then we are already chastised as a nation. The younger generation is trying to understand what is happening. Some might be playing video games back at home. They're Far Cry, they this, they that, they football, because their parents award them these gadgets for their fundamental activities, so that they could stay out of the harms of the society, of smoking weed, taking cocaine, and forming gangs and all that stuff. So their parents try to give them some substitute. If they get good grades at school, we give you a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5. You can sit back at home, that of which you can play, and you endorse. So most of them are not of the intelligence of what is happening. They don't even understand the mass increase in these government bodies' salaries. They don't understand what is digital currency. They might see it on their gadgets, but they would have to process to learn about it, to understand it fully, to say it is better to have than raw money. You cannot buy things without being notified. So, as we deliberate, it is madness, and our country has the potential of greatness. We are not far-fetched yet, like some other Caribbean country who is going through economical constraint of stability and stability. So, if we still have a little, and that mere to urge ourselves and to survive, we can't lose that, the little that we have. So if they took it with one hand, we have to take it back with the other hand. because this is our nation, and this level of frustration must be buried alive. We have celebrated for many years emancipation. We have reflected on independency, but we haven't earned or achieved any of that of which that we have been told in our given history. It's a bunch of lies that still contain us and keep us captivity in today's life. We are in the biggest of a prison, but have access to certain things. But they are creating smaller ones. For when you disagree of their leadership, they can lock you. And we have a right. So if to speak of the truth will put us in jails, then there will be riots that will be bloody. And we're trying to avoid a bloody warfare. Our foreparents encountered that. We have to initiate something different. And in talking with the people of the nation and getting the attention of these vandalizers, these ones who have committed mass treachery on the island, then, as Marcus Garvey said, a politician head after all, then so be the case. Because if we cannot be at peace, then we will be at war. But Jamaica must not lose the little beautification and the little sustainability we have left, and lose it to the hands of the adversaries. We must win it back, and we must make Jamaica great again.
They are trying to keep us held in captivity. It is time for Jamaica to wake up from that slumber of a sleep they have been embarking on for these many years. Our families, loved ones, and other Jamaicans in the diaspora, many of which who had run away from the torture, the hatred, and the vandalism that they saw coming that we face today. Many of you guys might be over there saying, I'm so happy I escaped it. I'm so happy my parents had laid a foundation for me to be able to travel to another nation. Though we encounter frustration in other nations, we are betterly paid and understood, and our voices are heard. You people may give your feedback to the different bloggers, to the different voices, or the voices that are in defense of our nation. We appreciate your gesture. But to stand together in solidarity of our nation is a must and a will to be done. We pray to our Heavenly Father to pave the way and make it possible in the eyes of Him who is our beholder, created in His likeness. As we encounter this level of madness, we will not submit to these causes. We would stand our support in a treachery of our leadership and a demolisher of our nation. And we say, bring back Jamaica to where it ought to be, without imagination. We need demonstration, whether peaceful or otherwise. We have seen in the other countries, we have seen the riots over the years. We have been taught, and our children who are attending the schools today are being taught about the history that our foreparents had encountered, making this moment possible today. You may have your jobs, but can your jobs save the country where the price on goods and services are going up every day and your salary remain the same and your children's are crying and the one shoes you've been wearing for a year, you have to be wearing it for 2 and 3 years, hoping the bottom won't leave you in the street? Because we have the Chinese haberdasheries and the other stores who are selling these cheap shoes that say, once you buy me today, you gotta come and buy again tomorrow. So when I listen to political analysis and all of this that they have, saying that our wardrobe are full of deposit, do you think we can put our money in the banks and save it for our future plans? Because if you saw a land for sale at 1.5 million, in which they are much higher now, probably 2.5 million and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 million dollars for land, and you are saving from the little job you have to buy that piece of land, by the time that money is supposed to mature to 1.5 million, it would be 11.5 million, if not more, for the value of that land. Then how will you be able to purchase houses? How will you be able to purchase lands? Purchasing even a piece of land to build, how will that work? Our culture is rootless because it is filled with lies and treachery that plagues the land, and it results that our culture is bad mind. It is time that we set aside our differences. Die-hearted political affiliators were back in the 60s, the 70s, early 80s. No die-hearted is here now. It's at a minimum. And what we have is a bunch of Jamaicans who say yes to violence, yes to crime, yes to abuse and sexual harassment, yes to theft in our administrations of our leaderships. When they take 300% to create an endeavor towards their paradise, what about other substitute funding that is gone missing in action, that they are putting in their pockets, in their friends' pockets otherwise? How foolish we have become. My mom would have said, You cannot be on the earth this long and result a fool. Wake up! It is now. If our foreparents fought to pave a way towards victory, and we have not earned it, I say to the 3 million or the 3 million Jamaican newborn that doesn't have knowledge will be educated otherwise whilst they grow up to the paradise that we want for this country. But join in hands, join in groups, come out of your territory and advocate for this country to be great again. I am here when you're ready, and I say it is now that you should be. It is best to live for something than to die for nothing. Everyone that came out in defense of our people, who spoke of love, who spoke of peace, to let it reign among us, for us to live in peace, love, and tranquility, have or had been executed. If our nation is down on its face today, are we going to try to get our legs under us and stand to our feet again? Or are we going to allow them to dig a pit and bury us like dogs, just like the British and the Spaniard did, given our history? Where are you today? Are you in the diaspora? Are you in the island? If you are here, it is just fair that you live for something and die for nothing. Let not your coward choice or choices determine your position or decision to make, because this land has to be protected by the true people of this country and not traitors. It ends now. So when you can talk about somebody else, what they will be doing, what about you? What are you doing? Are you the head of your house? Are you the tail? Do you want to see Jamaica great again? Do we not deserve greatness? Do we not deserve what belongs to us? We'll be back with more. Thank you.
Come take away feeling little from me. What make you so free? Our shores. Wela go nyaman, wela go nyaman, nyaman, nyaman. Our shores.